Dante punched me, sucker punched me. No, I'm kidding. He just went up for a layup. Bad timing. Just got me perfect on my tooth and just knocked it all the way out of place.
And then Isaiah falls on you. I can't imagine that felt any.
I didn't feel the fall that much, actually. I just know I got hit in the mouth and was trying to figure out where my tooth was, if it was still in my mouth or not,
Was it in your mouth?
It was, it was still attached,
So,
thankfully.
it
Still hung on.
And it was like one of your front teeth?
Yeah, front two teeth, yeah.
I don't. Obviously, that hasn't happened. Did you, in terms of playing today? Like, was that even? When did you find out you might be able to go, or what?
I just knew I couldn't play the rest of the night. They said to save my tooth, I needed to go to the dentist, so that was no more a priority at that point. So after that, I was fine.
Yeah. I'm curious for you, just seeing Giannis go down. It's happened before, you've seen it before, but just kind of where does your head go? Like, what are you thinking about?
Just hope he's okay. I haven't talked to him yet. Don't really know the situation, but I hope he's all right. We're going to need him, so if he's got to get rest, if he's got to sit out these couple of games to get ready for the playoffs, we need him to be as close as 100% as he is or can be.
I know throughout the year we've asked you, hey, you guys haven't got a lot of reps together, and I mean, there's a real possibility that you're out of reps. You're more before the playoffs. How do you guys try to be ready for the playoffs with that in mind?
We just have to keep playing. I mean, it's tough having any guy out or one of our main players, but I think we've been holding down the fort for the most of the season. You think about it, we're still in second place. With all the ups and downs, the low of the lowest the last week or whatever. We still have a pretty good record. We've been playing somewhat good basketball, we think, for a majority of the season. So we just have to keep being positive, keep believing in our group out there.
What did you like just about the response you guys had in general tonight?
I think it was great. It was just got to put it all on the floor. We got to have a good energy. We got to play the right way. We have to compete at a high level. I think that's one of the main things we got back to, competing at a high level.
Just what do you feel like? Pat and Bees are really different players. The two very different guys out there on the floor. Just what do you feel like he kind of brought his energy, or just kind of the composition of this right now?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Bees has been, a great player, a great starter for us the majority of the season. Doc just wanted to change things up. As far as the reasons, I mean, we don't know. I mean, I think it was more just, we got to see what else we got, what else we could do to change things in our direction, and, tonight it worked.
With the way teams are maybe going to cover him, it seems like they're not going to give him as much attention. Either that means open shots for him or finding a second action. What can that do for maybe your guys' half-court pace?
Yeah, it's something we have to work through. I mean, like you said, they put the big on them. We have to figure out and find ways to, still be aggressive, figure out how to take advantage of those matchups out there. And I think the more we see it, the more we'll find ways to do it.
Just how weird, this game set a record for fewest combined free throw attempts. Just how weird did it feel to be playing a type of game with so few whistles?
I didn't notice it, but I mean, Boston, they have a lot of players that drive and kick and create open looks. I mean, they got a ton of open looks. Thankfully, they missed a lot of them tonight. So I don't know about, if they were fouled or not or whatever. I just know they're a great three-point shooting team, and tonight they just missed a bunch.
What the last time y'all looked like this was Oklahoma City, to a degree, both ends of the court. I guess, does that put the games in between? Does that make that a little more frustrating to know the East? What, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we know we can do it. I think I can say that. I think, maybe, we're playing at the level of competitions, which is something you can't do. If you want to be a great team, you have to be great all the time. I think that's something we have to focus on, try to figure out. I mean, once the playoffs comes, every team is great, so hopefully we rise to the occasion.
You've been with Giannis over a decade now. In these moments when he is hurt, kind of how do you try to handle it? We've seen it a number of times in playoff series and stuff like that, like biggest moments of the year. How do you try to handle it as a friend?
Just, encourage him to get right. Don't rush out and risk more injury or make it worse. But then also on our end, we just have to find a way to fill the gap together. Not one guy's going to replace somebody like that, so we have to do a collective effort of, playing a complete game and figuring out how to win games without them and play a different style of basketball without them.